Hi guys, it's Rebecca. I'm with Fran and a whole mess of our friends behind me. We are exploring what looks like to be one of the greatest jails I've been to thus far. We actually got permission, which is super dope, so we're gonna be spending a lot of time here. But check out this big building, and then look at all of it behind me. It's 24 acres of just nothing but jail. So we're gonna be here for quite some time, checking it out, and show you what we see. I don't know what to say.
In 1981, I went to the Western Penitentiary. It was a war zone there. People nowadays don't realize how prison was back then.
Tell us about it, man.
I've seen a lot, I've seen the usual rapes, a lot of guys getting raped, stabbings all the time, all the drugs, so much drugs, it was like living in a little city. You can get swords down there, whatever you want. You live good down there as far as being in prison.
Hey guys, this is Greg. Today we're here at this lovely complex. It's this huge prison. Part of it is pretty old. From what I understand, it's been around since the 1800s. I was told by a caretaker that they actually had Civil War prisoners here. I don't know how true that is, but the building does look pretty old. There's a couple other wings to my right that are newer, and they look like they were the most used. So looks like they could have had juvenile halls here. A lot of the same stuff. It's pretty empty right now. It's kind of gutted. I think they just take all the stuff and they transport to different prisons. So there's not really much to look at other than, the architecture. We're in the old prison right now. This part has the most history of the entire site. It's got some floor to ceiling windows. You can see the metal work above and behind me. It's crazy. These doors, it's like a nice pale blue color. It really pops. There's 5 floors. And there's cell blocks A, B, C, D, and E. So you got 5 floors, you got 5 cell blocks, and there's a ton of depth. So there's a ton of different cells to go through. People that were here, they've left notes, they've left artwork, they've left stories. So you got to go through each cell individually and see what it is that you find. You might find some cool stories, cool artwork. I'm sure that we'll find something for you guys to check out. So we'll take a look through these cells and see what we got.
Look at this makeshift broom we just found in the cell. Someone was using this to sweep their cell out.
I'm guessing maybe it's a shower pass. I don't know, it's weird.
Look how the paint's decaying up here. Really makes for a cool shot.
This place is incredible. I've never ever seen anything like this before. I've only seen photos of it, and I never thought I would get to see like a multiple tiered prison, and look where I am. This thing is amazing. Like, I don't even know where to even start. We just got here probably about 30 minutes ago, maybe an hour ago, but like there's so much here. I don't even know where to start. I'm trying to take video, I'm trying to take photos, and it's just so much, but I mean, it's so worth it. Here's a, I guess, old Bible. It has some verses and scripture in it, but it also has on the back somebody's, I guess, commissary broken down so they just know how much they have. So that's crazy.
This is what every single cell looks like. Just some bunk beds, a desk, sink, toilet, and a light. And that's it.
When they closed this down, they were expecting to save like $81 million, which is a crazy amount of money. There has been a couple incidents at this prison. I know I had read that some inmates, like 13 inmates, due to really bad conditions at this prison, they stayed overnight for like a week on the water tower, kind of like as a protest to the harsh conditions here at the prison. I read like some of the harsh conditions was like they were starved, and they had some sexual abuse from the guards. There was overcrowded space. The hygiene was not the best around here, I guess. It was just a real dirty place.
Well, back then, let's just say, what'd you go to prison for back then in the 80s?
Robbery, sawed-off shotgun.
What's the craziest thing you've seen during the 80s riot? Tell them, man. Tell them the truth.
You know, I seen guards get. What happened was the North Block was burning. The cops set the auditorium on fire. They tried to case us up, a few of us, and we got out of it. But the guard, you know, the whole thing was guards got beat up, snitches got beat up, place got burnt. Everybody was out in the North Block. It was freezing out there, the shower shoes. You know, there was stabbings, like, you know, all the snitches got stabbed. And it was, you know, to me it was like, it was a beautiful thing.
One of the cases that I read was 6 guards abused 1 inmate, and then one of the other cases was one of the guards abused nearly 20 plus inmates. So inmate abuse was a big issue. Money being put on their books, like for commissary, was an issue. It wasn't getting processed immediately. Sometimes new sentenced prisoners and newly freshly transferred inmates would have to wait upwards of like 2 months until they could even use their commissary money for like proper showers and eating. I'm not really sure how they dealt with that.
6 prison guards are in jail tonight accused of repeatedly beating and abusing inmates. The investigation led to the firings of the top brass at the state prison on Pittsburgh's north side. Investigative reporter Paul Van Osdal live now in the newsroom with the details. Paul.
Officer Kevin Freese is an Eagle Scout and a former Marine, honorably discharged. But the criminal complaint against him says when a white inmate gave a cigarette to a black inmate, Freese grabbed him by the throat and squeezed hard, restricting his breathing. Then told him he should not be giving a cigarette to a black person, except he used a racial slur. Attorney Casey White represents Freese.
These people who have been incarcerated for a number of years are making these allegations that are untrue.
There are multiple allegations. An inmate says Officer Sean Story gave him slaps to the face, body punches, and had his head flushed in a toilet several times. Another inmate says Officer Jerome Lynch forced inmate's head into the toilet, where his head was flushed approximately 10 times. Officer Tori Kelly, after severely beating several inmates, allegedly told them, "If you say anything to anyone about what I'm doing, I'll spatter your blood all over your cell." The criminal complaints mirror a civil lawsuit filed by one inmate earlier this year.
You should not require an inmate to urinate or defecate in another inmate's food and then serve it to him. Inmates should not be required to perform unwanted sexual acts upon others or with guards.
Attorneys for several of the inmates, several of the guards, say they have been suspended without pay. A spokesperson for the State Corrections Department would only say that all the guards are still employed. Now, late today, the guards were still waiting to be arraigned downtown. Live in the newsroom, Paul Van Osdal, Channel 4 Action News.
So, we can go any which way. Might take a drink to find like that wall, so.
So right now we are underneath the prison in the tunnels. It's just a dirt floor. And look at this. I think this is a solitary confinement room.
I got a lot of time in the hole. Like, I went to the hole one time because somebody said something about my pizza, right? So I hit them with a tray and a chow. You know, you just do certain things in prison because of your lifestyle.
So we've been here for a few hours. This place is a maze, and every building is entirely different. Third floors of some buildings are different than the first floor of the same building. Solitary confinement's in the basement, general pop on the first floor. This is one of the most interesting places I've ever been into. It's really neat. There's a lot of cool architecture. There's a lot of cool artwork all over the walls, which is something I didn't expect to see. It's almost like a child came in here and painted a lot of this building. This floor down here has underwater sea theme painted all over the place. So yeah, the fact that we've been granted access into this place allows us to basically control everything, which is really cool. We can unlock and lock the doors. We can play with all the lights, so any of the lighting that we don't like, we could just simply, turn things off. If we wanted to, turn the lights off on in one cell, leave them on, or light up the whole place. So that's something that we really don't ever have the opportunity to do, because most of the time we're sneaking into places we shouldn't be. But yeah, so it's been a lot of fun, locking, unlocking things.
So I know I shouldn't be touching any buttons, but I can't help myself. I hear stuff going on. I can hear doors opening. Probably shouldn't be touching this. I'm in one of the, I don't even know what you want to call this, community areas that has a couple of cells in it. It's in the first building that I was in earlier. When we first got here, it's a little smaller than the area that I was in before, but it's pretty cool. You just keep going wing to wing, and it's just cells after cells. It's crazy. This place closed down not too long ago. There's like rumors or talk of abuse to the inmates, sexual, like starvation. The living conditions weren't the best from what I read. And so either the inmates were moved elsewhere, they were paroled, or they did some type of program and I guess had their charges lessened or something like that. Like I had said before, I just found out they did a movie or some type of film here, and I think Ben Stiller was a part of it, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, this place is amazing. I mean, I've never seen so many jail cells. I've never been so excited to be in jail before. So this is crazy. I think we've been here about 3 hours, and I'm still overwhelmed by just all of the angles that I can shoot, and just each cell that I could shoot. And I mean, there's a whole bunch of different buildings, medical, there's a barber shop. We're trying to find a commissary. There's a place where you did a lot of textile work or work on shoes and stuff like that. This place is huge.
This guy had an obsession with Family Guy.
Very sexually frustrated young boy.
Some really, really weird drawings here.
I hope and pray he got laid as soon as he got out. They seriously ate better than I do most days. So maybe I should just become an inmate. I'm starving. And I could honestly go for a beef taco right now. Shout out to Sloppy Stick. You know how you like them extra sloppy. How crazy are these cells right here? They're outside. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5, it's like 6 of them. They're all outside. They look like dog cages. Like it legit looks like this is where you would put like a rabid dog. And it's freezing out right now, so I'm praying they didn't use these around this time of year, because that is some cruel, cruel punishment right there. Check out some of the artwork on the walls. This is a puzzle. I wonder if they put that puzzle together here and then framed it, but there's a few of them. We got another one here. Some vegetables. And we got a couple more down here, so I guess that was a good way to kind of pass the time while you're in here. Their cells are actually really small. They hold about 2 people. Looks like each one holds about 2 people. Come right in and there's the toilet and the sink, so not much privacy. And just this one small desk. And then I guess a little cabinet for your belongings. So, I wonder what you were allowed to have in prison. Like what you could and could not have. And then we had a nice little view. See, on this side, they don't really have too much of a view, but over here on this side, their view's not too bad. Yeah, see, they have kind of a way better courtyard looking view right there. You can see other people. So, but still, it sucks.
So this was obviously set up for a film set, but I never seen this in any movies or TV shows. So if you know what this is from, leave us a comment and let us know. I'd like to check it out. There wasn't much left in the infirmary or the hospital portion of this prison at all. The x-ray machine was basically gone. The only thing that was really here was 2 small exam tables, and one of them had some surgical lights.
HIV medication kits here. So if any of you guys out there kind of messed up last night and you got little oopsie-daisies on your hands, I'm selling 4 of them. $1 million each. We got pizza coming. And burn off some calories right.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza to the jail. That's how we living.
We just finished up having a little bit of a break. We ordered pizza at the jail, ate it here in the cafeteria. But I was going through some of these files I found over here, just trying to get a feel for like just what was in it, and I just started seeing like inmate stuff. And these weren't kids that I thought that they were gonna be. They were like grown adults, but this one in particular, where the guy, where is it? Doesn't say it on this side. I think it says it on the other one. Yeah. I don't know if you can read that. That is a suicide attempt. Yeah. And we have other ones here of fights, I guess. This one's of inmate brought to triage, assessed him for injury. I guess he got into a fight. Yeah, inmate on inmate altercation. It's pretty crazy.
The nightmare's still there. Like, I'll never forget the shit that went on. it's engraved in my mind, in everything I do. You know, I'll never be out of prison. Like
That's deep,
I'm
man.
free now,
That's
but I'll
deep.
never be out of prison.
That's deep.
You know.
So that's going to wrap up our video here at the Western State Penitentiary in Pittsburgh. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave us a comment and make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. We'll be dropping a lot more videos like this one coming soon. So thanks for watching and see you on the next one.